In the early morning light, the coastal dunes were a picture of tranquility. The gentle hum of the waves greeted the shore, and the golden sand sparkled under the rising sun. Among the sandpiper flock, a young bird named Piper stood at the edge of her nest, her small heart beating fast with both excitement and fear. Today was the day Piper had to venture out to find her food, tiny clams hidden beneath the wet sand. But the thought of facing the vast, unpredictable ocean waves made her anxious. Her mother, Mama Piper, nudged her gently. "You can do it, Piper. Just take one step at a time." With her mother's encouragement, Piper took a hesitant step toward the shoreline. The waves rolled in, and Piper scurried back in fright. Her friends in the flock chirped in support, urging her to try again. It was then that she noticed a friendly crab nearby, watching her with wise, kind eyes. Crabby, the old and experienced crab, approached Piper. "The ocean can be scary, but it's also full of wonders. Let me show you how to dance with the waves." Crabby demonstrated how to time the waves, digging into the sand just as the water receded. Piper watched intently, fascinated by the crab's confidence and rhythm. With Crabby's guidance, Piper started to mimic his movements. She learned to read the waves, understanding their ebb and flow. Slowly, her fear began to dissolve, replaced by a sense of wonder and excitement. The ocean, which once seemed so intimidating, now felt like a playful friend. As Piper became more skilled at finding clams, she also started to notice the beauty around her. The shimmering water, the laughter of her friends, and the warmth of the sun filled her with joy. She realized that by facing her fears, she had opened herself up to a world of happiness and discovery. Piper's newfound courage inspired the other young sandpipers. Together, they explored the shoreline, dancing with the waves and sharing their discoveries. Piper's journey taught them all that the world, with its challenges and uncertainties, is also full of joy and beauty. One particularly bright morning, as Piper was digging for clams, she encountered a strange, colorful object partially buried in the sand. Intrigued, she dug it out and discovered a beautiful seashell, unlike any she had ever seen. It shimmered with iridescent colors, reflecting the sunlight in a dazzling display. Piper showed the seashell to Crabby, who chuckled. "Ah, that's a treasure from the deep. The ocean is full of such wonders if you know where to look." Crabby explained that the seashell had likely traveled a great distance, carried by the ocean currents from far-off places. Inspired by the idea of distant lands and hidden treasures, Piper decided to explore more of the coastline. She ventured farther than she ever had before, discovering new and exciting things with every step. She found starfish clinging to rocks, sea anemones swaying in the tide pools, and even a playful pod of dolphins leaping in the distance. During one of her explorations, Piper met a young seagull named Gulliver. Gulliver was bold and adventurous, always flying high above the waves and diving down to catch fish. He admired Piper's determination and offered to teach her how to read the signs of the ocean from the sky. With Gulliver's guidance, Piper learned to observe the patterns of the waves and the behavior of the fish. She discovered that the ocean's rhythms were like a dance, and she began to anticipate its movements with greater ease. This new perspective helped Piper become even more adept at finding clams and avoiding danger. One day, a strong storm approached the coast. The sky darkened, and the waves grew fierce and powerful. Piper felt a surge of fear, but remembered the lessons she had learned from Crabby and Gulliver. She stayed close to her flock, seeking shelter in the dunes until the storm passed. When the storm finally subsided, the beach was transformed. The waves had washed up an array of treasures: colorful shells, pieces of driftwood, and even a message in a bottle. Piper and her friends excitedly explored the newly revealed wonders, marveling at the gifts the ocean had brought. Among the treasures, Piper found a small, intricately carved wooden figure of a bird. It seemed ancient and carried an air of mystery.